Okay, so now it's the next day, but I'm going to put this little bit first, and I'm going to put everything else after the fact until I get to watching this video that YouTube staff took down at 1:47 a.m. this morning. Okay? As I was uploading my other videos, talking on about what I was talking about with YouTube's antics with copyright, you know, how they let a video play for, what was it, 8 years, right? Basically, and then as soon as Uncle John went missing and I was fighting for Uncle John, they came in and they snatched up on that one with their subliminal messaging with the Eagles, the song Gone Now, right? In terms of Uncle John is gone now, right? Just a bunch of bullshit, mindfuckery people. So anyway, I did watch this. I recorded it. I'm going to upload it onto BitChute as a whole, considered a BitChute exclusive from the point that this video begins to play onward. Although for YouTube, I'm going to take half of the video. Well, I don't know if it's quite, well, yeah, it would be half. It's more than 30 minutes. So half of the video will go up on YouTube, and then if you want to watch this and what I have to say about this and how the strike came in, right? Well, this either or, it's going to be half on YouTube, and then it's going to be the whole video with that half and this half on BitChute. Right? Anything to fuck with your brain, okay? To confuse you, to keep you disoriented, to keep you second-guessing yourself, to make you feel that you're doing something wrong and you're scared, to import fear into you, to intimidate you, to threaten you, okay? Because that's what it basically all boils down to. Because at the end of the day, where they've queued this thing, whatever I got to say in regards to inoculations is like no more than 2 minutes long. And then I go off and I talk about whatever, right? I just brought it up in passing, people. In passing. And this video was done in 2016. All right? But they don't like me being a community activist. They don't like me warning the public about anything of substance, right? So basically, for the first half, I talked nothing about except how to make black walnut ink with walnut husks, okay? And then from here, you know, I jump in and I'm going to start talking about Uncle John and whatever. But there I mention about the dangers of, can you even say the word anymore on YouTube? Who fucking knows? Like, this is how morbid this shit is getting. So in the meantime, this is being dictated by their bosses. Because if you read this, and I did read it, but I'm going to read it again, okay? And then I'm going to go and convert this video over into 2 parts, okay? And if you want to watch the whole video, you can go on to BitChute and see why I got strung up. Why I got strung up, people. YouTube doesn't allow content that poses a serious risk of arduous harm. Okay, so they're accusing me of a serious crime here, people. A serious risk, right? It's a crime, right? This is serious. It warrants the FBI. I don't know, but it's serious, okay? Right there. That your dopamines go into fight or flight mode, right? And of course they want you to flee, right? They want you to run away. They want you to bend down and kiss their fucking feet. They want you to bend over and let them kick you in the ass. They want you to be their fucking bitch. They want you to fear them. Serious risk of harm by spreading medical misinformation about currently administrated. Currently, this video was done in 2016. Currently administrated vaccines. What vaccines are they talking about? Currently. All vaccines? Because if they're talking about all vaccines, then my decision around my grandkids is valid. It's been validated. In regards to, I beg to differ to their opinion. Because clearly, this is being bought and paid for by this down here. Okay? Misinformation, let's read this again. Serious risk of arduous harm by spreading medical misinformation about currently administered vaccines that are approved and confirmed to be safe and effective by local health, all governments, authorities, and by World Health Organization. So that's your employer of YouTube, people. Okay? That's who employs and props up YouTube in terms of their employees and their AI and whatever else they employ. Okay? Oh my Lord. I wasn't even recording. Hold on a minute. Okay, people. Nothing I can't stand more is being fake. But I have to do this again. Because I recorded, I said, I played the video, and then, I don't know, Andre came, was going to make me call, and then I realized it wasn't even recording. So now I have to do it a second time, which means it's not exactly on the fly in terms of coming into it raw, right? Because I've had already an opinion on what I've had to say. But it still pretty much boils down to the same thing. So what I'm doing right now is obviously I'm downloading these videos that my son took back in the day, okay? Because he had a camera and it was the cool thing to do, where I was just running, like he had a video camcorder where I just had a camera. So I started doing park events actually in 2003. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video or if I mentioned it when I was doing this. And so I have a lot of pictures that I was thinking to bring out, and you know, as I settle down with other things, you know, I was going to try and work a little bit on the foundation, build up the website, which is whatever. Okay, my days are numbered, so I'm on a Charlie watch, so they can watch all they want. So in the meantime, you know, I'm downloading these videos because I don't have a hard copy of that, right? And I have these numbers, 1, 2, 3, okay, all the way, and I think there's something like 175 videos for 2007, maybe 2008 is included in it, I don't know. I just know I have a lot of these things to go through where some of them are like 4 seconds long, 8 seconds long, 12 seconds long, 35 second long, 1 minute and 5 second long. And my back in the day, I asked my son, why did you do that? Like, why didn't you just record and let the video play? And he, oh, well, you know, YouTube likes when you come in with these little few second videos, it snags into the algorithm and it gets you out there, Mom. It will be good for you, right? That's, you know. And he uploaded all this, and then he ended up handing me the channel. Said, here, this is yours, you deal with it. And he lost the flash drive, so I'm glad I can do this. But what we're going to do is we're going to start this particular subject in terms of another part of my life that was all in pretty much, well, this was 2007. The playground restoration was 2008. But I had already started doing park events in 2003, even though my government had thrown me out of my house, basically, into the streets with 5 dependent children and a blind man in the middle of winter in January of 2003, and I did a park event in the summertime. So it didn't stop me from towing that line for the foundation, and I think that's the point I'm trying to really stress here, that I don't do things or say things lightly, right? I'm a very serious person and responsible and dedicated to the cause, whatever that cause may be. And it just so happened I couldn't go to work, but I could become a community activist, to which at the end of the day my government decided that it wasn't worthy of their time to support because they personally see me somehow, some way as a threat, or as a commodity to exploit and traffic human body parts along the way as my family members began to die. Okay, now that's not what I said the last time I was trying to record, but that's pretty much what it boils down to. And with that said, you know, I'm not just talking hot air here. So this particular video, which is very up close to the run of videos, I actually like it a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this video from start to finish. It's only a couple minutes and a few seconds long. And when you download and then to go transfer into a file, don't drag, it won't work. Make sure if you transfer, you copy, you paste, and then you check to make sure the files are working before you move on to the next batch. I got something like 52 videos here that I have to number before I can download more videos and then continue my progression of numbering until I get to the next section, I suppose, of my video blog, to which is my documentary. This is just helping me to put, I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I'm getting tired. But let's just play this for now and we'll just go through it, okay? Because, in my opinion, back in 2007, I don't know, I think there were more humans among us compared to what we're faced with today in terms of what walks among us, right? Whether in the dark or in the public light, right?
Bullshit. She's telling me kids cool. That's what they're doing. Cool. That's what they're doing. Yeah, we didn't know. We see it. That's cool. No, put that on.
That's Britain.
Yeah, quick, Britain.
Shit, though.
No.
It's the same shit.
No, Britain don't want to fight. They left. Okay, straight up.
Okay, who can show Britain? America can
You know what? This isn't about politics.
Guys.
This is about the kids.
Why you put the flag?
Because I promote universal
Might be
rights
about
and
politics,
school
but
registration
you know why I
in the
was
United
willing to
States.
take it down? You know why I was willing to take it down? Because on the fucking news, a house here, somebody lives in their fucking house, and they have a fucking Canadian flag on the front of their house, and they want them to take down the fucking flag off the fucking house, and it's a Canadian flag. And that person,
The video?
you know
My
what
brothers. Not you, brother.
and it's a Canadian flag.
It's okay, Canada flag, it's okay, I'm fucking Canadian. It's not American.
Thanks, guys. All right, let's go. No. Right?
You're doing a good job. You hang whatever she wants to hang up. You know, it's ridiculous. Go.
Maybe put it on the other side.
Wait.
Just put it on the other side.
That's my son Brooks.
You go put it on the other side, and I'll put this one here then.
He was very supportive of what I was working on, people. But he got disappointed like the rest of my kids when the reality of government kicked in. Put a whole new meaning to the word competition.
All those riches like you sing for, but all I need, I tell you to sing for. She got me people, and give up some kids, we can start to places you never think of. Things that you got to upgrade, so we never make it come back. The need shot in every time, but we gotta get it come back.
Okay, so as I'm listening to that, I'm thinking, we work with what we have in terms of our skill sets. right? And some things come more easy than other things, right? And everybody is qualified in different areas or have talents or gifted or whatever that may be, right? So if you work like a man, like I have in this yard, I'm going to use this as an example, laying down slabs of broken up cement driveways and everything to make a beautiful walkway as you're cementing bricks to make whatever, because you know I'm working on the pond, or you're burying them into the ground as decoration in between your walkway, or you're building something, hammer and nails, and you're using a skill saw, which would be normally done by men. But as a woman, you're expected to do that, because if you don't do it, right, nobody will do it for you and nothing will get done. And when you move into a house like mine with a yard like mine, you know, you don't have too many choices, either do or die. And I chose to do. So, although I wasn't equipped for it in terms of I didn't have the physical strength or even the stamina. I had the stamina, but not the strength, or even just the way the way some men's minds work when it comes to working with tools and, you know, just, right? You know, I adapted, and with that adaptation, you know, for me, it goes down to the default that what do you call it? I've been here before. I think this is still recording. I've been here before, because some of that shit outside just came too easy, and I'm like ready to pick up come spring, even though I can't see shit. Like, where does that come from, other than something that's inside of you that's somehow connected to your soul? I would say, right? And so with that, right, doing this kind of stuff, you know, it really wasn't that difficult once you got past the commitment to basically put yourself in the line of fire when shit like that happened, where people just randomly show up and want to start pulling down fucking flags. And in this case, it was the United States of American flag, as if they had a right to do it. And those people were not the first people to ask me to take down flags. Those ones, they were, Iraqis? I think they asked to take down the flag. Where I've had individuals in those days when that stuff was going on in the Middle East, right, with that country, where people would come and literally go up to where those flags were, the American flags, and start pulling them down, where we'd have to run and tell them to stop. Okay? You know, and then stand your ground and let them know that their shenanigans, get the hell out of here, right? You're not welcome. Go away. Right? And if you want to take it to the next level, well, I'm going there with you. So they'd back down, right? So how does that relate to the question? Well, I'm just reinforcing here that at one point in the past, right? I don't want to say all people, and I don't want to say no people, but I will say more people felt that they had, I don't want to say an open horizon, but it's kind of like an open horizon where if you worked hard enough with the right foot in front of you, as well as with the good will intentions of whatever it was that you're doing, like good things come to good people, right? That type of thing. More opportunities, like, that's my air in terms of whatever was lurking in the community. We knew there was always a boogeyman in there. But we didn't realize how bad that boogeyman really was and is. Because the only reason the boogeyman, the culprit, the villain, right, is so successful today in terms of controlling communities from house to house to house to house, so on, whatever, is because we didn't, there's a moth that came in with the rice. We didn't clue in because we were highly fooled to think that we could make a difference. So that we'd spend our money knowing, well, we didn't know that we would be wasting it. And if we were going to spend it, that there would be sacrifices greater than what I've already done with my family in order to be successful. Whereas now, there's more of us facing that reality even before we step out of the door and make an attempt to try to do something like that. Because in this day and age, to go off and start doing something like that, the way I did it, and then to have your government come in with their no can see do thumbs down, telling you you can't, and that if you do, the cops are going to come chasing after you and lock your ass up God knows where, right? Or whatever, or what, you'll be fined, you'll go to jail, who knows? Who's going to take the risks like I did, people, in order to make their communities better? In my day, the horizon was open. Nothing was stopping me except me. I didn't let fear get in the way. I didn't let money get in the way. I didn't let poverty get in the way. I didn't let fucking homelessness, being thrown out in the streets in the middle of winter with 6 dependent people on me, get in the way. Because I believed there was a chance. Because I lived in Canada. The land of the free. More freer than the United States of America, because if I didn't feel that, I wouldn't have done it. Whereas today, you will be hard-pressed to find anyone that thinks the way I do under our living conditions that we are forced to endure at the dictatorship of complete strangers, to whom some of those people don't even live in our country and are not even citizens. And I'm glad I have this, because I can use this as an example of what things used to be like, even though I myself was never very successful at whatever it was that I was trying to do on a grander scale. But that doesn't remove me having authority, to have the right to speak my mind based on my experiences, based on my knowledge, based on my history, whether current or in a past life, okay, or any of that stuff, right? I wasn't thinking about skinwalkers walking around in the community tearing down fucking flags. But now that I think about it, how the hell do we know? Maybe it was one of their first prototypes that did that at my park event. Because that, what you just seen, was not the first time that shit happened. One dude literally came, went up to the tables, canopies, wherever, DJ, I don't know where it was, but there was an American flag, and he ripped the bloody thing down, and he thought that I would leave it like that. I got into a great big argument, but there was no camera on me that day. Okay. We're now, in today's terms, oh man, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, why, and how did it even get there? Really, how did it even get there to some of the things that are going on, especially in the United States of America? As our governments, more than one, conspire with corporations to keep us under psychological warfare, you know, second guessing our own moves because, ooh, right? Ooh. Whatever. When my kids were going to school, when they went to school, I picked up on some, I don't know, stupid shit in regards to how the union, because in British Columbia, Canada, it's always had a strong union in terms of public workers, right? I thought it was to my advantage, but little did I know, or, you know, at that time when I founded the foundation and everything, that it was not to my advantage, because the union, the public union sector as a whole, not as an individual, but as a whole, like any organized fucking religion, is self-serving. But I didn't see it like that. I took it for face value. I thought it was a public service union. It played itself off. It got credits as it was to be that. But at the end of the day, as the years went by, and shit just got funkier and funkier and real funky, and it's on the cusp of just really going for a loop in terms of getting even more funkier, as more people get more confused and, you know, less motivated and feeling hopeless or feeling defeated, or just a whole lot of negative shit, right? Unless, of course, you're of criminal mind, or you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, or perhaps maybe you're one of those good people that actually got to squeak through, and because everybody that's kind of on the raunchy side, you know, is over there, they didn't realize that you snuck through and you managed to get away from what's more of us are experiencing. Because in those days I was not thinking about no fucking skinwalkers. I'm just gonna call them skinwalkers, okay? Wearing other people's fucking suits. You know, just whatever. I don't care if it's a plastic fucking suit, you know, those pullover freaking, or if it's an actual human body suit. Because that's the question, right? Right? And before I can really answer the question, I have to show the sincerity behind of what I am as a person and what I represent then and now, and my experiences then and now, right, in comparison to how I base my decision now. Would I do all that again? Well, if you notice, I hesitated, so obviously I still believe in what I do. So there is a possibility. But would I seriously take it serious like I did back in those days, under the conditions of just the overall objective mentality of our communities, where it's all about kind of like a sink and swim, you're on your own, you know, right? And a lot more mistrust, a lot more competition, right, for different reasons, and which makes it harder to take risks. And if you're already afraid because you're overstimulated with fear porn, you'll be less apt to take risks like this. So I guess I have no regrets, because, you know, can't cry over spilt milk. Not that I'm crying, because I'm not. I'm using it to my advantage. Because when I answer this question in full, I want to know that I did just as good a job as I did with anything else that I ever tried to do in life. If it helps to save somebody else's kid, somebody else's father, somebody else's mother, aunt, uncle, sister, brother, their freaking dog, for all we know, right? Because, you know, lots of families have a dog. So, got to include the dog, and the cat, and the goldfish. Isn't that what makes communities? Yeah. But that's not what our governments want. No. They want us in these stack and pack freaking little cubicles at $3,000 a month per cubicle that wouldn't even fit 4 people in it. Yeah, okay. Right. As they cut down all the trees, kill off all the fucking wildlife. You can't even go out and find a blackberry bush anymore if you're lucky. Right? And then be totally dependent on your local supermarket as they're bringing in their artificial protein. Right? For a political agenda. And that's assuming that anyone's even in those buildings, people. I wasn't thinking like that when I was doing that stuff. Hell no. I thought people were genuine. Yeah. But we're finding out in 2003 there's a lot of people that are not genuine. And when they become not genuine, that's when we start to question their true identity. Okay? So I'm going to leave this, and then I'm going to number my videos, and I'm going to do another of download, because I only have so much time to do this stuff. So I got to get back on and doing what I'm doing. And then I'll follow up with this in a couple of days after I get caught up with a few other things. I will probably try and sneak in some of these more downloads just so I have them, so that I can start incorporating them into this documentary that's answering a question. Yeah. What is that saying? If you don't stand for something, you fall for nothing. I don't even know how to say that little saying, right? If you don't stand for something, you fall for nothing. I'm not falling, people. My biggest fear in life is death. And it's not the death that scares me. It's the fact of what's going to torture me before I die. And then what they're going to do with my body. Not that I care, because I'm dead and I don't need my body anymore. It's the fact that they're going to do it because they've been doing it. And that's the point of these videos. That's what doing all this shit in the past has brought me to. And nobody can blame me for that when they were the instigators to those decisions or conclusions or whatever I've got today. Yeah. And it's not because I feel like a failure. Oh, no, it has nothing to do with that. Because I am showing you, step by step, how corporations like YouTube will oh yes, that's what I want. I'm going to end it on this note. Corporations like YouTube do that mindfuckery so that they can control the narrative, right? Where, let me exit out of this for a minute. Where, I have to find it. Oh God, I don't want to do that. Where, on that block video that I showed you, where am I at? On that block video that I showed you, and I was reading here. I can upload this here, and then I can probably find it in here. Oh, let me. Oh, geez, I'm getting tired of this. So in terms of, you know, tomorrow I'll be like, oh my God, I just burned out my eyes. I made it worse. It's all the doctor's fault. Yeah. So I'm going back. That's okay. It's easier for me to do it this way and show you this way and tell you this way, so that while it's fresh on your mind, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, they took Uncle John in February of 2015, but he went into the hospital on January 13th of 2015 based on a decision that him and I made for the best interest of his well-being, to which completely backfired, right? And he just ended up getting medically kidnapped for his inheritance, his superannuation life insurance policy, to which those people that took him didn't know he didn't have that anymore, because he canceled that because he didn't want his family to rob him. So he thought that if he got rid of his superannuation life insurance policy, they wouldn't be interested in him. Yeah, right. Anyway, that video got uploaded in 2009. It played. There we go. Can't see. My eye wanders, right? It played right up until 2015. Oh my Lord. It played right up until 2015. Uninterrupted. Perhaps it maybe had, a copyright strike, and I got rid of it and dealt with it, and it played right up until 2015. And oh my Lord, why can I not find it right now? And as soon as I started fighting for Uncle John, and I made that post in the description box, that's when they put it on lockdown and muted it. And the title of the song is Gone Now, or something like gone, like Uncle John's gone. Like, they were very specific, in my opinion, to choose that particular song in light of me DJing and everything, right? Right at the time that they took John. And he was gone. And I never seen him again. So why is that? Because it goes back down to that psychological warfare. That's why. And I'm having a hard time finding this video. Why? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this one, okay, this is what I'm just giving you I'm highlighting on the example of psychological warfare. This one here, where everybody was having a good time and I was DJing, scratching those records, played from 2009, uninterrupted, right up until 2015. After I listed down what was going on with Uncle John. Because I backtracked, remember? Uncle John was taken in 2015. These were uploaded in 2009. I had a whole lot of videos to backtrack on. And now we're going to look at this. What's going on? No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. Why can I not access it now? Do you see what's happening here? Just click it. Well, I had it before, but I can't access it now, so why is that? Oh, sorry, wandering eye. Do you see what's going on? I mean, you've seen it. I just... copyright? Oh, wait. See details. Here we go. It's my eyes, people. They don't respond as fast as they used to. So what we're going to do... oh, wait. No, that's not what we're trying to do here. Okay, we don't need that. What we're doing is we're going actually to the actual page that's on the server. Has no sound. But the song itself is called... already gone. And in light of them taking down the sound and basically the video as a whole, because they're saying it's not even visible, so I don't know how I can see it other than I'm logged in, right? And then I did all this in 2015 because of Uncle John, who is gone. Tell me how YouTube wasn't messing with my head. Right, in terms of that subliminal messaging, right? I'm fighting for Uncle John, right? I come back in here to let people know what's going on, and because I'm getting all these thumbs down, and that wasn't the only video. I took it to the beginning and went on and on and on and on and on and on and on until finally I got busy with something else. I don't know how far into it I got into it, but quite a ways. Because of that psychological warfare shit that was going on. And, I mean, I knew it, but what could I do other than backtrack and let people know that, no, I'm not scandalous. No, I'm not a bad person, unlike what YouTube and their staff and their stalkers have to say. Right? Basically, because I do blame YouTube for that shit. Because they speak with forked tongue. Oh, we're here to protect the public. Yeah, okay, my ass. No, I think it's the other way around, personally. That's been I'm looking for my mouse. Right? Yeah, already gone. Yeah, that's a very appropriate title, don't you think? For the situation at hand here. Right? Out of all those videos, okay? Okay, I'm still converting over this video and trying to get it up on BitChute, but anyway, now we're on to the next day. Now we're on December 6th of 2023 at 2:03 a.m. in the morning, but look what YouTube's done. YouTube has removed your content. They've removed another video at 1:47 p.m. And when did I just upload that video onto YouTube, people? Right? Right here. Answer a question. Working on my documentary, December 5th. Well, they're not going to tell you what time it was published. But, right? And then I just did this one. Good versus evil. Where does it begin? Right? Calling out YouTube with their antics. And what does YouTube do? I mean, right? I just finished uploading that. I'm uploading this video onto BitChute. And what does YouTube do? Don't tell me they're not fucking stalking me. Because they are. They have been for a long time. They've been fucking with my channel forever. And like, I'm so sick of this stupid website, like you don't even know. It's like a mental illness. Yep, this is what YouTube represents. So what have they done here? Again, medical misinformation. Let's read the title. Right? We wanted to let you know our team reviewed your content. Oh, yeah. And we think it's an ambiguous. They're accusing you of something, but they're not letting you know what they're accusing you of. It violates our medical misinformation policy. We know that you may not have realized this was a violation of our policy. Right? I guess it boils down to that credit score. GMOI, get off my internet, but in this situation it was GMOS, get off my shit, because this is where YouTube staff, right, in partnership with whatever was going on with Eleanor Gilding and the medical kidnapping of Uncle John, is that not what I'm talking about in my last video that I just uploaded? Right? This is my documentary. This is what I've been dealing with. Okay? And they're pulling up videos from back from 2016 as I'm going on talking about Uncle John. So and the video name is Making Black Ink. So in that situation, I'm working with walnuts. And as I'm working with walnuts, I'm talking about white racist mob. Okay? So let's go check this out. So we know the drill. I'm not going to go looking for this video in one of my, view in studio. Okay? Right? Anything to humiliate you. gaslight you, make you feel bad, right? Discredit you, scandalize you, demoralize you, discredit you, right? Where is there anything positive in any of this, people? Tuck Uncle John away like a dirty secret, or anything else bad that's happened to my family, right? Because it needs to remain as is in terms of that status quo, right? When government workers, basically, with their partner groups, whether it's connected to organized religion or not, can commit crimes against innocent families and not be held to account. Yeah. So begin review. So we'll stop this and we'll see where it lands. Okay. Last time they did this, they had some little red line in here. So let's see exactly. Okay. So they've done something. So there. Now, is it this part that is the problem, or is it this part that is the problem? We listed any problems we found. No, you didn't list anything. What you did is you cut the video in half and you left it open for debate in terms of accusing somebody, prosecuting them, and then punishing them on something that they don't even know what they're being punished for. Okay? Here we go. What to look for. YouTube does not allow content that poses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation about current administrative vaccines. I made this video, people, in 2016. Okay, so I don't know how this relates from 2016 fast forward to 2023 that are approved and confirmed to be safe and effective by local health authorities and by the World Health Organization, who, okay, let me tell you something. With whatever's going on with our governments, as soon as I read that, the first thing that came to my mind is, I was going to get some security cameras hooked up by TELUS, which is a telephone service provider. And they do internet, and I guess they do security. Anyway, some dude came to my house, gave me some song and dance, convinced me to sign up, through peer, high pressure sales, right? So, okay, whatever, I logged on to the site so I could configure things. As soon as I log on, right there is this political agenda that governments are starting to try and push onto the people through what I just read there, through that organization that's far, far away, that somehow is giving so-called indigenous people, even though I was born in Canada, my kids were born in Canada, my parents were born in Canada. I don't know how indigenous you can get, but besides that point, all these rights that need to be acknowledged under the territory of, and you have to agree before you can even participate with the company. As soon as I seen that, I said, fuck this shit. First of all, no, And then the more I thought about it was no, for sure, because the guy kind of, he took my insecurities with that potato thief running around my yard and poisoning my dirt and killing my trees and whatever this fucking Julian sister's been doing all these years when she comes to stalking my yard. He played on my fears and then did the high pressure sale for me to agree to take the service of the security system through TELUS, to which TELUS wanted me to agree to the politics of the day in order to appease a foreign entity And I just washed my hands of it, people. Okay? Well, we've got YouTube now going into my videos because they're watching my videos. They're stalking my videos. They're harassing me, as they have been for a very long time, for a political agenda. Okay? Clearly, it's for a political agenda. And they're slapping on their generic, ambiguous accusation that isn't specific, based on 2023 politics that are directed with what I'm coming across when I want to get a simple cable service, Wi-Fi for security service, telephone service. If I don't agree to the politics of the company that are agreeing to the politics of a province and their shenanigans that's in partnership with a foreign entity, what? I'm going to be on that credit score where I won't be allowed to have an internet service provider unless I agree to the politics to allow some foreign entity to bully me and my family and anyone else around me, just so that, like, I don't know, people, like, this is what I mean when I talk about my videos. Back in the day, when I came out on the right foot for the right reasons, I didn't have to worry about this BS, the shenanigans, these threats, these false accusations, the smear campaigns, none of it. Okay, so they're basing this, a video from 2016, on medical misinformation that somehow relates to a vaccine that I must have made mention to in 2016, but we know it has nothing to do with what happened in the last 3 years. So obviously it has something to do with what was going on before. Are they going to shut down my channel because I have not had Amari inoculated yet with his MMR in light of the shenanigans that the society is faced with these days? As if we believe everything that they force down our throats? Right? Okay. So timestamp 1427. Okay, so 1427. I'm afraid to turn it on. So they got it at 1427. So I guess when I turn it on, this is recording, yeah. So I guess when I turn it on, whatever I'm talking about from that point forward, which is another almost 30 minutes. No, sorry. 28 minutes. No, sorry, 18 minutes. So from 1427 for the next 18 minutes, anything within that 18 minutes must be what they don't like. Or is it before 14, from 1 minute, from 1 second to 14, right? Right? Okay? You got to be a mind reader. All right. But we know I can't play this for any length of time, because if I do, what? Is YouTube going to take down this video too and say, well, you shouldn't, whatever. I'm just going to record the whole bloody thing, and I'm going to put it up on BitChute as a BitChute exclusive, and we'll discuss it at a later date. Or maybe I'll listen to the whole thing and I'll just add it into the stream of my documentary in terms of what I've been up against, just as a normal human being with a good heart that went out of their way to do something freaking good for the world, the community, the country, neighboring countries, as I'm being sabotaged left, right, and center. I mean, if this isn't a setup, I don't know what is. Okay? Now, I don't know where this video is on one of my external hard drives, and I don't got time to go looking for it, so I will just sit and record it and just upload it onto BitChute. But clearly this is YouTube not happy with the videos that I'm putting up right now. But it kind of boils down to that. You reap what you sow. Maybe if you would have treated my channel a little better and my family a little better and the cause of the channel in the first place in terms of the foundation a little better, maybe the outcome of the story would be a little better. But as it is, you know, YouTube is just digging a bigger hole in terms of just a bigger hole, people. A bigger hole. If you, right? If they don't treat you good, why the hell would you tell them that they do? Oh yeah, I like being beat. Yeah, just beat me some more, right? You know, whether it's figuratively or literally. Literally. Right? It's all the same. Abuse is abuse. This is abusive. Right? How convenient that they should pull up this video just as I'm uploading videos in regards to Uncle John, get off my internet. That's Uncle John's time. And YouTube was, with their psychological warfare assessment, selling my information as to how I would react to that to a third party. As the government more than one endorsed that shit. So YouTube's got to come and slap me across the face. You shut up, you little bitch. Don't say too much more, because if you do, we're going to take down another video and another video and another video. But we're not going to tell you why other than... Oh, it's stupid. It's stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Really stupid. And people are stupid to allow this shit to continue in terms of the masses. Yeah. Yeah. You know, as they're taking away jobs from people by replacing them with automated machines and quote-unquote robots, or who knows, right? Removing police service dogs with robot police service dogs, so that dogs become completely obsolete and unnecessary, like the German Shepherds, right? What do you think's going to happen to the humans? Oh, but you won't notice it though, because they're going to make it so that the human looks like us, right? And because we're such a polite society and we're afraid to touch and look and question, we will accept what's standing right in front of us, even though it's the one with the cloak that I just talked about in the last video, right? And I think this is why YouTube tries so hard to suppress the information in a general compass, right? Because, you know, they got to nip it here, they got to nip it there, they got to nip it here, they got to nip it over there, in terms of, you know, the different YouTubers that come in with different information, so that if you go from, you know, from channel to channel to channel, sooner or later it's all going to start to click in. They don't want it to click in, right? I'm going to be back. I'm going to just listen to this for a second, and I'm not going to get upset about this, because what comes around goes around. And karma is a bitch. But I suppose when you're dealing with mechanical devices, well, even they break down. And sometimes they can't be, you know, fixed. They have to be completely replaced. So, you know, what else can you say? Right? Because even if I was to try and dispute this, I know just from experience it's going to be a big waste of time. This is YouTube punishing me, people, for doing what I'm doing right now. This is what this is. This is their staff, their cocky fucking staff that gets paid good money to be a bunch of fucking crooked stalkers, basically. If they're not complete fucking androids by now, in terms of, you know, the robotoid / hybrid human, who knows what they are. You know. They're certainly not no fucking superheroes, that's for sure. They're not saving anybody from anything. including from themselves. Okay, I turned it on. This is what happened. I'll try and be sneaky about this. I turned it on where they got it cued, and I am saying that what people are taking into their body at the direction of others have impurities inside the solutions that have been known to be dangerous substances, quote unquote poisonous for human consumption. And I'm assuming that's more than just eating it, right? And that's what they took it off for, from what I can tell, where they've got it cued. No more than 10 words. Now, how long I keep talking on about it? Well, that's not right. That's not right. No. So you just work around it. My days are numbered when it comes to community activism. Right? Well, so I'm not going to get too bent out of shape over it, people. I can't. The world is a very bad place, and corporations like YouTube just make it worse.